The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey. Geologists have detected high seismic activity along the Cascadia subduction zone. There is a high chance that an earthquake will occur along the fault line within the next 30 minutes. All residents in the states of Oregon, Washington, and Northern California are advised to take the following actions: proceed indoors and to the lowest level of a sturdy building. Do not enter the vicinity of any fragile object, as it could pose a threat to your life. To repeat, an earthquake is likely to occur within the next 30 minutes. Take earthquake precautions immediately. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey, as well as the Federal Emergency Management Agency. An extremely powerful earthquake has rocked the Pacific Northwest. At roughly 11:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it was confirmed that the Wandy Future Plate went under the North American Plate with an extreme amount of force. This has generated an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 9.9. The earthquake was centered at latitude 47.037484 north, longitude 126.04817 to west, or roughly 150 miles west of Olympia, Washington. Moderate damage has been reported in the following cities: Eureka, Medford, Roseburg, Coos Bay, Eugene, Corvallis, Albany, Portland, Vancouver, Everett, Mount Vernon, and Bellingham. Extreme damage has been reported in the following cities: in Washington, Olympia, Lakewood, Tacoma, Federal Way, Kent, Renton, Seattle, Redmond, and Kirkland, and in Oregon, Astoria, and Warrenton. Anyone in these cities is requested to shelter in place. If you do not have shelter, or your shelter was destroyed, contact the authorities in your area, or call 911. Stay tuned for further information on this situation.
Event type is civil emergency. For all of British Columbia, at 11:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, an earthquake measuring 9.9 on the Richter scale occurred off the coast of Washington, causing severe damage to the Pacific Northwest, including areas in British Columbia. The following cities have sustained damage: Victoria, Nanaimo, Richmond, Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, Coquitlam, and Abbotsford. Anyone in British Columbia is requested to not leave their shelters until the area has been cleaned up.
Le type d'événement est urgence civile. Pour toute la Colombie-Britannique, à 11h27, heure normale du Pacifique, un tremblement de terre de 9,9 sur l'échelle de Richter s'est produit au large de Washington, causant de graves dommages au nord-ouest du Pacifique, y compris dans certaines régions de la Colombie-Britannique. Les villes suivantes ont été endommagées: Victoria, Nanaimo, Richmond, Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, Coquitlam et Abbotsford. Quiconque en Colombie-Britannique est prié de ne pas quitter ses abris tant que la zone n'a pas été nettoyée.
Offices in Seattle, Portland, Medford, and Eureka, in conjunction with the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, has issued a tsunami warning for the coastal areas of Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. This includes the following counties: in Washington,
Kitsap, King, Pierce, Grays Harbor, Pacific, and Wahkiakum. In Oregon, Placer, Tillamook, Lincoln, Lane, Douglas, Coos, and Curry. And in California, Del Norte, Humboldt, and Mendocino. This is a result of the 9.9 earthquake that occurred in the Pacific Ocean roughly 10 minutes ago. It has been confirmed that a tsunami has been produced. This tsunami is located roughly 75 miles off the Pacific coast and is moving east at 250 miles per hour. At the current rate, this tsunami is said to impact the coast within the next 15 to 20 minutes. This tsunami is believed to have wave heights of 100 to 150 feet. Due to this, a mandatory evacuation has been issued for the coastal areas and all areas 10 miles from the coastline. If you do not evacuate, you will be putting your life in extreme danger and may be facing certain death. Evacuate now. Repeat, evacuate now.
Event type is tsunami. For capital, Cowichan, Albany, Strathcona, Mount Waddington, Central Coast, North Coast, Kitimat. Tsunami warning in effect for the regional districts of Albany, Clayoquot, Capital, Central Coast, Cowichan Valley, Kitimat-Steichen, Mount Waddington, North Coast, and Strathcona. A tsunami has been generated in the Pacific Ocean, and is set to impact the coastal areas of British Columbia in around 20 minutes. Estimated wave heights are 30 to 45 meters. All residents within a 16-kilometer radius of the coastlines are advised to evacuate. There is no time to seek higher ground. You must evacuate immediately.
An administrative message from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A tsunami has impacted the Pacific coast of the United States. It was confirmed that the tsunami had wave heights of around 130 feet and moved roughly 9 miles inland. This has resulted in damage to cities in Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. Residents who evacuated are asked not to return home as debris covers the roads. Stay tuned for more information. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey. A volcano watch is in effect for all residents in the Pacific and Mountain Time zones due to the potential threat of an eruption of the Yellowstone volcano. This is a result of a Pacific Northwest earthquake which occurred a few hours ago.
All residents listening to this message are strongly advised to evacuate the area immediately. Grab all of the people in your home and take food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Ensure you have supplies to last you at least 2 weeks. Stay tuned for further information on this dangerous situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A volcano warning has been issued for areas within a 500-mile radius of Yellowstone National Park due to an eruption of a Yellowstone caldera being expected within the next 12 hours. This radius encompasses the following areas: the entire states of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, all of Utah except the counties of Washington and Kane, the northwest half of Colorado, the northeast half of Nevada, the eastern heads of Washington and Oregon, the western heads of North and South Dakota, and the panhandle of Nebraska. At this time, evacuation is not mandatory, but is expected to become mandatory within the next few hours. All residents receiving this broadcast are strongly advised to evacuate now. Failure to do so may put your life at risk. Grab everyone in your home and gather the necessary supplies. Ensure you have supplies to last you at least 14 days. Do not return to the area by any means. Stay tuned for further information on this extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the United States government. This is not a test. A mandatory evacuation has been declared for all areas within 500 miles of Yellowstone National Park, as an eruption of the Yellowstone caldera is expected to occur in roughly 6 hours. A previous alert was issued recommending citizens to evacuate, and it has now become an order. Choosing not to evacuate may result in certain death. Do not wait. Evacuate now. Grab all the necessary supplies with you, and make sure you have enough to last for at least 2 weeks. All airports within the mentioned areas are currently loading planes with evacuees. If you are not able to evacuate, local authorities will help to assist you. Evacuate now. Repeat, evacuate now. civil danger warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. An eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano is expected to occur within the next hour. It is now too late to evacuate. Repeat, it is too late to evacuate. Anyone within a 500-mile radius of Yellowstone National Park will face certain death. The area mentioned is expected to be covered in ash at least a foot deep. Yellowstone National Park will be wiped off the map immediately after the eruption. There is no time to ration supplies, as doing so will be futile. It is also expected that ash from the eruption will blanket the Earth's atmosphere and cause severe climate change across the planet. Further updates will follow as information becomes available.
Please stand by. The President of the United States, or his designated representative, will be speaking shortly. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. To repeat, this is not a test. At 2:11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, or 4:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an extremely catastrophic explosion occurred at the Yellowstone supervolcano, releasing ash 18 miles into the atmosphere. Areas within 100 miles are expected to be completely wiped off of the map, and areas within 500 miles are expected to be completely destroyed as well. The ash cloud from the eruption is expected to blanket the North American continent within the next 24 hours, and may cover the entire planet within the next week. All residents in the United States are strongly advised to seek shelter immediately and gather necessary supplies to last you at least 2 weeks. The President is expected to speak across all stations shortly. Please stand by. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WDNT. We will continue to serve the Knoxville area. If you are not in this local area, you should now tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Knoxville area. Do not use the telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated.
civil danger warning for the entire United States. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Since the eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano a few days ago, multiple strange weather patterns have been observed. These patterns include the following: tornadoes with 350-mile-per-hour wind gusts in the central states, below 0-degree temperatures in the south, and above 110-degree temperatures. Residents are advised to do the following actions. In the north, do not go outside for any reason. Drink plenty of water and turn on air conditioning to keep yourself cool. In the south, do not venture outside, as you will likely die from hypothermia. Turn on heaters in your house to keep yourself warm. In the central states, take cover now. Move to an underground shelter. Any shelter that is above ground will most likely be destroyed. Stay tuned for further updates on the situation.
Every day.
The CLX workforce, taking care of business. 100.7.
Boston's classic rock.
An excessive heat warning has been issued for the following areas: all of Maine, all of New Hampshire, all of Vermont, all of Massachusetts, all of Rhode Island, all of Connecticut, all of New York, all of New Jersey, all of Pennsylvania, all of Delaware, all of Maryland, all of West Virginia, all of Kentucky, and all of Virginia. Until further notice. The eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano has caused this area to experience abnormal temperatures ranging from 110 degrees Fahrenheit to as high as 120 degrees Fahrenheit, with some instances of 130 degrees or higher. At this time, the hardest areas appear to be in northeast Maine. All residents in the listed states are advised to do the following actions. Go inside. Drink plenty of water and turn on air conditioning in your house. Do not go outside, as you will likely suffer from heat stroke. To repeat, it is too hot. Do not go outside.
Say classic hits.
We mean
Slash and Axel. The new 98.9.
Joe Walsh of the Eagles.
WMMR.
Hey, this is Billy Gibbons. Dusty Hill of ZZ Top.
Orlando's classic hits.
A Cox Media Group station.
A freeze warning has been issued for the following areas: all of North Carolina, all of South Carolina, all of Tennessee, all of Georgia, all of Florida, all of Alabama, and all of Mississippi, until further notice. The eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano has caused this area to experience abnormal temperatures ranging from -10 degrees Fahrenheit to as low as -20 degrees Fahrenheit, with some instances of -30 degrees or lower. At this time, the hardest areas appear to be in southern Florida. All residents in the listed states are advised to do the following actions: stay indoors, turn on heating units in order to keep yourself warm, do not go outside as you will likely catch hypothermia. To repeat, it is too cold. Do not go outside.
From the TexasNissan.com studios, this is KDMX Dallas Fort Worth. 1029 now.
A shelter-in-place warning has been issued for the following states: all of North Dakota, all of South Dakota, all of Nebraska, all of Kansas, all of Oklahoma, and all of Texas. Until further notice, the following message is transmitted by the National Weather Service at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Multiple tornadoes have touched down in the central United States and are causing damage in multiple areas. Current estimates put the number of tornadoes currently on the ground in 184. 68 of these tornadoes are located in Texas, 43 in Oklahoma, 37 in Kansas, 16 in Nebraska, 11 in South Dakota, and 9 in North Dakota. Major cities are already reporting catastrophic damage from these tornadoes, with some metro areas in Texas taking direct hits and being completely destroyed. Take the following actions. Take cover now. Seek an underground shelter immediately. These tornadoes have been spotted destroying above-ground shelters and leaving almost no trace behind. They have also been measured to be at least 2 miles wide. There is no time to delay. Seek shelter immediately.
Good evening, Allentown. It is currently 11:10 p.m. here in the Lehigh Valley, and it is a very beautiful night. Unfortunately, it hasn't been beautiful for the country. The eruption of the Yellowstone volcano has caused extreme climate change to occur, and temperatures are far below what they should normally be. As of right now, the temperature in our studio is 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 25 degrees higher than what it should be. Let me tell you folks, this is not normal for December 9 in northeast Pennsylvania. Across the country, cities in the south have reported freezing temperatures, and cities in the Midwest have been completely destroyed by tornadoes. I'm just glad that... I don't recall the NWS office in Mount Holly sending out a test at 11 PM at night. This better not be one of them. Oh Christ, this better not be a prank. Attention all listeners, a national emergency has been declared. The following information may be vital to your safety. Listen carefully and do not turn off your device. Stand by for an activation of the emergency alert system for an emergency action notification.
Please stand by. The President of the United States, or his designated representative, will be speaking shortly. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by.
We interrupt our programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow.
A representative of the President will be speaking shortly.
The following message is transmitted at the request of myself, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and the United States government, effective as of 11:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is not a test. I say again, this is not a test. A global emergency is now in effect. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration has detected an asteroid from the asteroid belt, which has been thrown out of orbit. This asteroid, named 1036 Ganymede, is just outside Jupiter and is likely going to collide with the Earth within the next 24 hours. This object has a diameter of roughly 20 miles, meaning that the asteroid will have potential extinction level event if it impacts. Even if it does not impact, there will be likely to be at least some implications for the planet. NASA is currently attempting to stop the asteroid from approaching the planet using an extinction level event. Everyone listening to this message is highly advised to take an underground shelter. My fellow Americans, should this be our end, we will not go down without a fight. We are doing our best to stop this asteroid. That is all I have to say. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.
National Information Center statement. The following message is an update to the emergency action notification issued 24 hours ago. The asteroid, 1036 Ganymede, has been confirmed to be on course with the Earth. NASA's attempt to stop the asteroid was unsuccessful, and the asteroid is now on a collision course with our planet. It is expected that 1036 Ganymede will impact the planet within the next 30 minutes. Once it impacts, tsunamis measuring more than 1,000 feet tall will form. Earthquakes with magnitudes of 10 or higher will occur, and the sun will be blocked around the planet for 15 to 20 years. All species on Earth will be killed. At this time, you are urged to gather those who you have a strong connection to the end. To repeat, NASA's attempt to stop the asteroid has failed, and it will impact our planet in the next 30 minutes. There is nothing more that we can do. Prepare for certain death.
Oh my god, I'm actually shaking right now. For those of you just tuning into WAEB, there's an asteroid headed directly for our planet, and it's huge. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and wait, there it is. It's Ganymede! Where is it headed?
I've been informed that it will likely impact somewhere around Antarctica and Greenland. We've got less than a minute.
Less than a minute? It should have impacted by now! How the hell could this even be possible?
No clue, but I suppose this really is the end. I just wanted to let you know that I had a fun time working with you.
What? So you're accepting that you're going to die?
Absolutely. The president was right. We most certainly didn't go down without a fight. Even though we tried, it just wasn't enough. Goodbye.
What's that sound? What the hell is going on? Wait, no! No! No!